Hello everyone, it's Hungry Masha. Recently, a Hungarian soup was included in the top 100 dishes in the world according to TasteAtlas. When I first read this news, I thought that it was goulash, but it was a different soup, the meat soup. I've been living in Hungary for 3 years and I had never tried this soup before. According to the description on TasteAtlas website, traditionally prepared with beef or chicken, this hearty Hungarian soup is a staple restaurant dish as well as a common home-cooked meal. Besides meat, it usually incorporates noodles, root vegetables and a variety of spices. On this picture you can see a soup with meat, noodles, carrots and potatoes. I read different news articles reporting the achievement of this Hungarian soup, but I couldn't figure out what was the Hungarian name of this soup. In fact, several Hungarian soups correspond to this description. I tried all of them, and if you want to know my verdict, let's go. If we assume that this award-winning soup is made with chicken, in Hungarian it's called Tyúkhúsleves. I want to try this soup to Frici Papa restaurant located in Király Street, the heart of Budapest's party district. This is a small traditional restaurant known among tourists because of its affordable prices. They have a special lunch offer. Recently I made a video about special lunch offers in Budapest, and you can watch this video by proceeding to this link. But I did not include Frici Papa restaurant there. Probably next time I will include it. The lunch menu in this restaurant costs 2,500 forint or a bit more than 6 euros. I came there for the lunch menu because Tyúkhúsleves was on the daily menu that day. You can find their daily menus on their website or on the board near the front door. The lunch was served very quickly. First the waitress brought the soup and the dessert, and I thought that there would not be any main dish. But then another waiter brought the main dish, which was the sausage with potatoes. The soup was quite small, but it was lunch menu, so it's normal that the portion is smaller than the ordinary one. And it looked similar to what I saw on TasteAtlas website. The only difference was that there was no potato, but green peas instead. There were big pieces of chicken, noodles and carrots. The soup was warm and filling, a perfect dish for a cold winter day. It was not heavy, it was lighter than goulash soup. I know that many people complain that goulash is heavy and they prefer some lighter soups. So this Tyúkhúsleves is a good option for you. It was not salty either. It actually reminded me of the soup my grandmother used to make me when I was a kid, but she did not put green peas inside. So in general, I liked this soup. The rest of the lunch I liked less. It was a bit too heavy and salty for me, but I won't talk too much about the lunch because my main topic today is the soup. So let's move on to our next restaurant and next soup. To try another meat soup, this time with beef, I went to Tabani Kakash restaurant located in Taban neighborhood. Today it's a part of the first district of Budapest, not far from the Buda castle. Although it is located near a touristy attraction, it's not a very touristy area, it's a quiet area and there are not many fancy restaurants. Actually, Tabani Kakash restaurant is a simple traditional restaurant, and if you watch my channel you know that these are the restaurants that I prefer. It has a retro, cozy interior. The menu includes many traditional Hungarian dishes. The prices are quite affordable for Budapest. I came to Tabani Kakash restaurant around midday and I was the first customer. I even thought they were still closed. But then people started arriving, there were many tourists, there were even a big group of tourists that came to have lunch there. In this restaurant, the meat soup is called Húsleves, which literally means meat soup. It's identical to the chicken soup from Frici Papa restaurant, but it includes beef instead of chicken. There were also noodles, rich meat broth, green peas and carrots. It was served in a nice traditional bowl. If you watched my videos about goulash, you know that goulash is often served in such bowls. The portion was bigger than in Fritzy Papa restaurant, but it was not a lunch offer, it was the ordinary portion. For me, it was enough as the main dish. It was also very tasty, very filling and hearty. The only problem with this soup was that it was a bit cold. I could have asked to reheat it, but it was okay for me. It was not too cold. I paid 2,400 forint, which is quite a good price. So overall, I can recommend this soup in Tabani Kakash restaurant. And the third meat soup I tried was Orjaleves. Unlike the two previous soups, this one is made with pork meat. I want to try it in the 7th district of Budapest in Kek Roja restaurant, located not far from the synagogue in Veselényi utca. This restaurant attracts a lot of tourists and a lot of locals because of its affordable prices. They also have special lunch menus, but I came there too late, so I had to order from their ordinary permanent menu. The soup was served quite quickly, the portion was big, it looked similar to the previous soups. But instead of beef and chicken there was pork and there were no green peas. This soup was a bit too salty for me. Some people noted in the comments that goulash is usually salty, but it's not always the case. Some restaurants add a bit too much salt in the soups when they want to hide the taste of some bad or cheap ingredients. Probably it was the case in this restaurant. I paid only 1,700 forints for this soup, or a bit more than 4 euros. Compared to other restaurants in this area, it's very cheap. My conclusion is that in Hungary you can find several home-style meat soups with chicken, beef or pork. They have different names, but the principle is the same. Rich meat broth, vegetables and noodles. Can this soup be called one of the best dishes in the world? In my opinion, it's tasty, but it's not a gastronomic masterpiece. I would not order it in a fancy restaurant. Among Hungarian soups, I much prefer goulash or Húsleves or halasle. On my channel, I have a lot of videos about goulash and a big Hungarian food guide where you can find my review of halasle soup. In my next big Hungarian food guide, I will include palate soup. Subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss my future videos. Thank you for watching this video. It was your Hungry Masha. See you next time.